Hello everyone, welcome back to our Let's Plays. We're gonna play this game here called Road Blasters.
Road Blasters.
Yeah, I don't know much about this game, so we're just gonna go for it.
No, I don't think I've even heard of this game. We'll see. Should be fun. Gas, steering, special weapon.
Steering.
So is this gonna be like that Spy Hunter game that you have, where you shoot people or
Maybe.
yeah.
We're taking a shot in the dark.
Press pedal. This is like legit. Whoops, sorry.
Oh, you got the controller.
I did?
I think. What?
I don't have anything.
Oh, maybe maybe it's me.
Go.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Okay, this is weird.
So
Not too bad. It's a bit like Top Gear for the SNES.
the SNES. Yeah, it's I've never played this one before. I don't know if I've even heard of it, to be honest. When I said that
You're
earlier,
right.
but yeah, it's got that kind of outrun feel to it to me.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool actually.
I used to always love about these the games. You always had that infinite bending curve. I think they said one time that if that was a real curve, it would actually be a complete circle, as long as like some of those ones go around for.
Oh, like how long they go.
Yeah.
But, oh, fuel? Where do you get fuel at? Yeah, the graphics of this are like the Mode 7 mode you would see on the SNES.
It reminds me very much of Outrun. Which I didn't play very often. They actually gave you the Outrun soundtrack when I had the game. You had it on a little cassette tape.
Oh, it's a cassette tape.
Yeah, in case you wanted to play it in your car,
That's one thing that no one seems to be clamoring for except for some of those old rap mixtapes.
Yeah, the last time I played with a cassette, it was the quality just seemed really bad,
Yeah.
But
So we've recently been collecting vinyls.
yeah.
And with our speaker system, the quality seems good. I mean, it seems better than what cassettes were.
Yeah, people always talk about the superior quality of vinyl, and I didn't collect vinyl for that. It's more of a nostalgic reason for that for me, but I don't know. There was always a thing growing up in my family that vinyl was like king, but I can understand the quality of it because it doesn't degrade as much as tape and
Yeah, because tapes stretch over time.
yeah. And I have a thing for the sound of a degrading vinyl. We always used to refer to it as, a band playing in a fish and chip shop near a deep fat fryer. You get the crackle, and there's a little bit of charm about having that crackle of a well-played vinyl. I feel like something like that is hard to replicate these days. Has a has a charm to me, charm to it. I mean,
They keep on shooting me. Well, the thing with vinyl, since it's basically an etched piece of plastic, you're only limited to how finely you can do those etchings.
Yeah.
And the durability of the material. So you can technically go up beyond CD quality with vinyl.
well, I know a lot of the people that the DJs and stuff, like they still buy vinyl, and I know a lot they have those digital computer things now.
Yeah,
where they
mixing
have,
stations.
they have the control
I think
disc.
that's right.
I don't know. I'm not a DJ, but
Yeah, neither am I.
they have the control disc which you can do all your mixing with and stuff. So, I mean, it definitely is a format that's coming back in a big way. I know it went dead once the introduction of CDs came out. It felt like vinyl was just dead, but it's nice to be able to go into record stores these days and actually be able to see new vinyl.
Speaking of dead, I'm dying left and right.
Badly, miserably.
This should be one of those PSAs for driving safely that they show to all those teenage drivers.
Be careful of flying missiles when, driving home from your party, kids.
I've heard it in the heat of the night, or whatever that song is, by Phil Collins. You know?
In the air tonight.
Oh, yeah, in the air tonight, yeah.
I think you're trying to say in the heat of the night. Yeah, no, it's in the air tonight. And people were saying that song was about a guy who drowned and Phil Collins saw it or something. There was some kind of big story behind that, but apparently it's bullshit. So they asked Phil Collins and he was like, no. But yeah. I always love it when people get lyrics like disastrously wrong, especially when they try and convince you that was the song and you're like, no.
Well, it was interesting how when CDs came out, it pretty much annihilated other formats.
Yeah.
And that's because it was the first digital format that became a household item.
But there was the first time with CDs, you had the what am I trying to say? Shuffle and repeat was, it was the first time forever that you could just play a CD infinitely. And on vinyl, you can't do that anymore. Like, as I find with my record player, I have to pay attention to the record because it runs out within like 15 minutes, and so you have to
so close.
Get up and walk across the room and change that vinyl, which I feel like it helps you listen to the music more. Where when you put songs on shuffle, eventually it just becomes background noise, and I don't think you really sit and listen to music anymore.
Yeah, in CDs you can always shuffle and skip ahead and stuff like that. And with some vinyl record players, since there's a gap between songs, you can do the same thing. Ours doesn't do that because it's one of those hipster purist ones where it's like, no, you have to play the whole album from straight front to back.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if you get kind of a shitty album that's like, well,
you just turn it off.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, just turn it off.
I didn't know I had that option.
If you don't like what you see on TV, just turn it off.
Just turn it off, really?
Yeah, you don't need censorship, just turn it off.
I'm a slave to the media. You did it.
I don't know how I did it.
Good job. But no, it's been nice getting back into vinyl again. I feel like it's nice having, the vinyl comes with like the big sleeve, and you feel like you get something for your money. I don't know whether it's just that nerdgasm, where you see something and it's shiny and you want to pet it, and it's a big thing, so it's nice to see that again, I feel.
Yeah, well, and there's such a big scene with extreme metal and vinyl. Like my favorite band, Immolation, all their records are out on vinyl. I mean, some of them are hard to find these days, but you can find it, but they're out there.
Yeah, I mean, you've had good luck finding a lot of that vinyl and stuff.
Yeah,
and so I was kind of surprised.
And they're
really
reprinting them too.
Yeah.
When you catch that, did I miss it? I missed it.
Yeah, it's a nice option to have, and I'm glad it's coming back.
Especially for like styles like black metal, where it's all about noise anyway and just dissonance.
It's all about noise.
Yeah, noise and dissonance and guttural, disgusting sounds and high-pitched screeches and crackles. That the crackling of the vinyl really adds to the presence of it. And especially if they record from a master, because the master recordings at the studio is sometimes triple CD quality. I mean, I record at least double CD quality. And if you put on a CD or an MP3, it gets degraded. So if you have it on vinyl, at least for the first few listens and the sensitivity of your needle, you can get a better experience out of it.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Like I find with a lot of my music, and it's nice that I listen to a lot of the older stuff, and so a lot of the vinyls that I'm buying, they are from the 60s and stuff, and a good majority of them play very well still, considering how many times they've actually been played. But no, it's nice.
That guy gets me every time.
I feel like it's nice having that collection again, It's there was always something kind of forbidden in my house about vinyl, and it was the disc out of the sleeve, it's like a holy grail type thing. But yeah, it's I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, and well, a lot of these like metal albums, they're paintings and these high quality pieces of art, and So when you get the big vinyl, you get to, it's like having a higher quality print, and a lot of people frame them.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it makes sense to me that you would do that, and it's nice. Yeah, I feel like with CDs, you kind of lose something. Like I noticed with video games, the boxes nowadays. Like you used to get the big box PC games back in the day, and you used to get the box with, and there was a booklet in it, and
feelies.
Yeah,
everyone likes the feeling a little bit, don't you?
And you used to get you used to get that thing where there was stuff in a box. It was like Christmas, and now it's just like, what do you get? A piece of paper and a case now, and it's with a code on it. You don't even get a book anymore.
Yeah, you get a digital download sometimes. That's what was a bummer about Sonic Mania, is that I didn't have a full big physical release where it was just, if you bought the collector's edition, sure, you got that nice model, which was pretty cool, but you had to actually download the game. You didn't actually get a disc to put in your system.
Yeah.
And it's just weird for me. I mean, yeah, of course, disc is just a digital format, but I just like having a disc.
Well, it just feels like
so I can take the game and put it into anybody's system, and I don't have to just download it every time.
Yeah, but I feel like if you buy in, especially for games, how much they cost nowadays, it's nice to have a physical thing to say, I spent my money on this. It's something you can hold in your hand, and it's when it's a digital download, it's like it's an invisible thing. I don't know. It's still the same thing, but for people who grew up in the eras of like collections, and I like having that physical copy.
Well, and so I can understand why you go digital, because games are getting bigger and bigger.
Oh, yeah.
But that also means that their save files are getting bigger and bigger. My PlayStation is almost, PlayStation 4 I should say, is almost full with all those Doom updates. So, I don't want to delete Sonic Mania to get more of those updates,
Yeah, unfortunately that is...
So it'd be nice if a lot of Sonic Mania could be offloaded onto a disc. It's just a tiny game anyway, and there hasn't been much of updates on it needed anyway, but...
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm hoping they'll come out with a second one of that, because they did a really good job with the Sonic Mania game. And I think they should run with it. But yeah, I'm all for, getting a physical copy of something. That's you seem like you're getting better at this game.
Well, not so much at this level, because these mines and cars.
I like how that car pulls a wheelie, like every time it takes off.
Yeah, with how people drive on our street, that's how they accelerate from the lights. They just pull a wheelie.
Yeah, this game reminds me of Spy Hunter.
Yes, it's like a 3D not a simulated 3D version of Spy Hunter, which I like it. I actually like it, even though it gets rock hard at these later arcade levels. But.
Yeah, I used to play a ton of games like this when I was younger. It seemed like every racing game was like this until you got to the PlayStation 1 era and stuff, and you had the Need for Speed and Gran Turismo, which was like the shit when it first came out, and now when you see it, it's like, ooh, that's aged. But
speaking of aged and back to cassettes, I find it interesting that these days you don't see much demand for cassettes, except in those specific genres of hip-hop and stuff. And you don't see much CDs in demand either. It's either vinyl or digital download. And and like with digital downloads, you get these FLAC files, which are just as good as any CD.
Yeah.
And technically, if the studios get their asses in gear, they could release FLACs that are better than CD, the audio file versions. And sometimes they do, to be fair. Especially a lot of independent studios do that. But it seems like everything in the middle between digital and analog has been removed. So all the physical digital is slowly getting removed. Mm-hmm. And it kind of makes me wonder that for that while, for analog, especially in video, they had Laserdisc.
Yeah.
And I feel it was a bit of a shame that they never had a audio Laserdisc format, because I think an audio Laserdisc format that was, one, it's analog, so you can go above CD quality technically if you etch it good enough, or burn it in this case. But 2, I think it'll last longer than vinyls would have.
Yeah, I don't have much experience with Laserdisc.
Yeah, no, not many people do.
No, it was one of those things that I was always told my parents, you know, they had one or tried one, but I've never seen, like, never had, seen or had experience with Laserdisc. It was kind of one of those, it was like the Betamax video, you know, it was, they were around, but it wasn't like a primary source of video. It seemed like it died out as quick as it came in type thing. But yeah, it is, I see those as well. I see Laserdiscs actually more often in stores now when I've never noticed them before. And it's nice to see them back.
Yeah, they get sometimes mixed in with the vinyls.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they're all the same size. I mean, they're both like the epitome of audio and video analog formats.
Is there levels in this game?
Yeah, I think I'm on level 9.
Oh, it just seems like a continuous.
Yeah, I think I'm on level 9, but on the upper right corner, but I keep on getting blown up by mines.
Oh, so the flashing red, I'm assuming it means there's a mine coming up? Or?
I think so, yeah, and it's always flashing red on this level. With quarters, you're not meant to get to this.
I know, yeah. I think the game would probably crash after a certain time, like, no, you reached the forbidden level.
But I can understand it being fun in the arcade.
Oh yeah, I could imagine this game being one of those ones you'd have the steering wheel and the seat, and you're about, 10 teenagers standing behind you waiting for you to lose so they can have a go.
So, all the vinyls you've been collecting, do you have a favorite?
I am kind of into the Motown type stuff. Pretty much I grew up with that. And lucky enough for me, it's easy to find. A lot of times if I go to a lot of thrift stores or stuff like that, I'm, going through all this old vinyl. And for me, I'm not that old. And I feel like I get strange looks when I go to the cashier and hand over these like really old vinyls because... No. But yeah, I'm kind of into the old, and I find the more degraded they are, it feels like the better they are. Like they have that nostalgia feel where the disc is a little warped, and
You want to give this a shot?
Yeah, sure.
I can imagine you
fail miserably.
You liking them more, and the pedals. So the pedal is the right analog. No, the analog stick.
Oh, why would that be a thing?
Yeah.
So what do I do?
I guess you just press any button to begin to play.
Except that one.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So.
And so the right top trigger shoots.
Oh crap. Okay. All right. That's a learning circle.
Yeah,
all right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're saying you like the crackling of the vinyls?
Yes.
Is that because you like fish and chips?
Yes.
And the sound of crackling grease soaking your newspapers?
With the newsprint on the chip.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they used to, because they used to serve the fish and chips in newspapers back in England. I don't think they do it now, but where the fish and the chips and stuff used to be so greasy that the newsprint would actually print onto the chips, and so it was kind of disgusting, but,
Especially if you got an obituary on your... chip.
Here lies Margaret. Maybe she rest in peace.
For Americans, that means a fry.
A fry.
A freedom fry.
A freedom fry. Yeah, I always get
you have to chant USA after you say a freedom fry.
Oh, USA.
Yeah, USA, USA.
Well, it's always confusing when I go to some restaurants and they're like, oh, is this going to be, I'll go to a pub place and they'll say, oh, fish and chips, and I'm like, okay, I know what I'm getting. But another places will say, oh, steak and chips, and it would literally be like potato chips and steak.
Yeah.
And I'm so confused by it because I'm like, well, if it's fish and chips, just say it's fish and fries, stop trying to,
Yeah, if you're going to
if you're
call
gonna
fries here, stick with it.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just like, it doesn't have to be, it confuses me. My Britishism is just like, this is weird.
So I don't know what that number is. It says you're 5.
Fuel level critical.
Is that 5th place? How are you supposed to get fuel? I mean,
Oh,
do you pick it up on the
it's
road?
those orbs, those floating orbs. That's fuel, like that green guy.
Oh yeah, because that's how you refuel cars, is you
Yeah.
drive into giant beach balls.
So, if you come across this movie collection, it's called like Nightmare Worlds or something. It's probably
What?
down in the garbage dumps already, but they have a movie on there. I can't remember its title. But at the end of the movie, there's scientists that teleport to this other like dimension, but the planet seems barren.
Like you do.
But they get trapped there, and they're walking around, and they start fighting each other and killing each other because they're starving to death. The food's not working out for them. But eventually, the last one to run away from the carnage, it comes across a road, and the road is there, and they're walking across the road, and they see a car coming, so they stick their thumb out to say, hey, or start waving at it, like, rescue me. And what happens is the car hits the person and puts the person in the trunk, and they get dissolved in the trunk, and they're made into fuel to fuel the cars. Because in this because the fuel crisis is so bad in this futuristic world that they just have random people walking out in the desert, and if they need fuel, they just hit one of them and put it in their car, so they don't need gas stations. It's all biofuel.
Can you make fuel out of people?
Yeah, you can. It's just octanes and hydrocarbons. So if you, I mean, dissolving biological material is not the most efficient way. I mean, they've been doing it with corn.
I'm sure it must be more complicated than that, than throwing some guy in a trunk and being like, all right, you're going to power my car now. I mean, that's not quite how it works.
Yeah, I bet you wish you could have hit someone now and used them as fuel.
That's how I feel every day I'm driving to work. So I wish I could just hit somebody right now instead of going to that gas station. Sometimes you just don't have an option, you know? There's the price of fuel. $2.75 a gallon, or just run over the small child.
And I think they'll probably, I mean, I'm just guessing here, but I think if they had to make fuel out of a person, they'll probably make it out of the fats, because the lipids and the fats have
So
lots of hydrocarbon chains.
We should aim for overweight people then. So. Okay, I'm not going to go there, so...
What do you mean? I think you went there because you're saying that they won't run away. I can't believe you said that.
Yep.
Oh, you're going around fuel? Oh, you missed it. Now it says 6 in the corner.
Should I run over some more people, I guess? I don't...
Yeah.
This game is confusing. Well, it's not confusing, it's just dumb. I mean...
Well, I mean, I kind of like that you can shoot things and you can race at the same time. I mean, a lot of things back then wasn't like having a story or a coherent game. It's like, let's just make it so you can shoot things and race.
I mean, isn't that all we really want to do?
Although I wish there was like in Top Gear, there was other people you'd race against. It wouldn't just be pedestrians on a road that you're shooting.
Yeah, like, what do these people ever do to anybody, you know? Apart from just all have orange cars.
Yeah, it's a bit like Death Race, you know? It's like pedestrians, they're just being shot on the road randomly. You think it's happened in Detroit or something.
And this is only one road that just goes one direction, there's no other...
Well, it's
like,
turning.
Can you imagine if you took this road, like, accidentally, there's, like, no turning around. So...
We did that once, it was in Arizona, near the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, true story.
Where they warn you that this is your last gas station. They warn you multiple times, like, are you sure you don't want to stop at this gas station?
Are you really sure?
Just go ahead, stop. Even if you're sure, just stop here anyway.
Yeah, they say that, don't they? They say, you know, this is your last stop, so stop even if you don't feel like you have to. And talk to the weird people in the gas station.
Yeah. Reminds me of, like, when we stopped at Roswell, where we stopped, and they're saying, there's a storm coming, do not leave town. And more they told us not to leave town made me want to leave town.
Well, it's... I mean, it's just some weird person who's just telling us a storm's coming, and we're like, yeah, we know, we just drove through it. She's like, there's a storm coming. And we're like, okay, yeah, we're going to be leaving, so...
Yeah, there was definitely some abductions in Roswell. Probably not due to the aliens, but the local freaks.
Yeah, sorry, Roswell. I mean, yeah.
Actually, we had a good time there.
We had a great time in Roswell. Roswell was an interesting place, so hey, keep it up.
I'm just giving him a hard time.
Yeah. I mean,
Feel free to give me a hard time.
Yeah, I know. That's what she said. I mean, Roswell, it was definitely one of the more interesting stories I've had from road trips, you know? I mean, what's the fun in going to these places if it's going to be boring, you know? It's like,
Yeah, we have a little stuffed alien souvenir. We call them Alibums.
Alibums, yeah.
But it sat on our dashboard as we drove across the United States.
Yeah, it's, I thought Roswell was right. That's usually my go-to story. Yeah.
It was fun. And the thing is, it's like, things can either be fun now or fun later.
Yeah.
And I guess, no, Roswell was a bit of both.
It was pretty funny at the time. Well, the thing with Roswell is, like, being from England and stuff, the US has always been a very fascinating place for me because we pretty much see the US by what's in movies and stuff.
Yeah.
So we have this, to come into the US is like, you know, you're on a movie set like 24/7. You freak out about the smallest of things and you're like, there's a school bus, oh my god, there's a mailbox, oh my god. So, you know, hearing about Roswell was, I didn't expect it to be the way it is. I don't think anyone does.
Yeah, because you thought that people would be sick and tired of hearing about aliens. Like,
because it's something in the 50s, and I would have thought that people would be like, no, we're known for more than just aliens. That's not what we're known for. And we went there, and yeah, no, they're known for aliens.
They love it.
They love it, yeah. I mean, and good for them.
Well,
you know?
the McDonald's and Burger King have like competing alien statues on their lawns.
Well, their traffic signals make alien phaser sounds.
Yeah, I was like, boo, boo.
They're like, "Wah, wah, 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 wah."
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
and I'm like, hey, you know, good for you. It's just, that's,
I think one of the high school football teams is called the Greylings.
it's the Greylings, or, yeah, I thought they would be called the Invaders, but no, they're called the Greylings.
Well, I mean, so you have to know your aliens. You know, the Greylings are the small gray little men. You know, they come in multiple species.
I've watched
all
X-Files.
verified.
I've watched X-Files.
Yeah, Mulder knows the truth because the truth is out there.
Truth is out there somewhere.
Yeah, because they have the Greylings. I don't know what they call the little green guys.
Greylings.
They probably don't even think they even exist. Because it's only the gray ones that exist.
The Greylings.
And the reptilians. Don't forget about those.
I didn't know. No, well, I mean, I watched X-Files, and that's all I know, okay? I wasn't really paying attention to the storyline.
They're making another season after that reboot of the X-Files.
I was hoping they would do, because that was kind of left in a weird...
Yeah, it was a very weird cliffhanger with these two kids that were adults now.
And then, you know, they're on a bridge, and then it was like, da-da-da, and that was the end of it.
Yeah. But I mean, I really enjoyed the 90s. We binge-watched the 90s X-Files.
Yeah.
And this X-Files is like quite different. I mean, Gillian Anderson was pretty much right on the ball. She was just like, I'm going to put my heart into this role. David Duchovny was like, I'm just going to have fun with it. And if you meet like David Duchovny at a Comic-Con, he's pretty much just there to have fun.
He's just there, isn't he? I mean...
Yeah, in this role, he's like, I'm just going to have fun as Fox Mulder.
Yeah, he did a good job of it. They were like perfect for that role.
Yeah, I wish though that they would have Scully write more often, so just keep you guessing.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, I kind of agreed because it was always.
Oh, you hit him!
I know.
Right up the ass.
Up the ass.
You seem to be preferring that in this game.
I don't know if I want to comment about that. Oh, really? I don't even.
Yeah, that's what happens. You too much ass play and you run out of fuel. Just have to get in there and get the job done as fast as you can.
That's what she said.
That's my life advice that you should never listen to. It won't work for you.
Yeah, this is probably not the best channel for life advice. I don't know. I mean, there's probably worse out there, to be honest.
And speaking of like weird paranormal stuff, Stranger Things is coming out for its second season. I was surprised how good that is. I didn't watch it when it came out, and usually when fans are so obsessed with a series, I get suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very particular about the shows that I follow. As I'm a little bit more into different... I am suck balls at this game, by the way.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm very peculiar about stuff that I like and stuff, and so I'm not really your general fan base person. But no, I'm enjoying it. It's I'm looking forward to see. Are you?
Oh, you made
Yes!
it! You just squeezed one out.
Squeezed one out.
Oh, our dog's making some interesting noises. I had to say that because otherwise Maria will blame it on me.
Someone will be on the video being like, "What was that noise in the background? It sounded like somebody was puking." That was our dog almost throwing up.
Whoa, with that barf song, that's it for today. We'll see you guys next time on the Morpher channel.
Goodbye.